Welcome to today's training on how I went from 0 to over 1 million in GCI using automated qual funnels within the residential real estate industry. I like to call this escaping the real estate roller coaster because if you're like me, if you're an agent, you know what it's like to grow a business where it just goes up and down. And I've learned a lot of things through the past. And what I want to do today is give you a really in-depth guide of how I did it and how you can do it too if you learn the things to do and not do with online leads specifically. I'm going to go over some other strategies, but I want to highlight the pros and cons of each and really just jam-pack this video with a lot of information so you can take it and do what you need with it, because this is my gift to you on everything that I've learned. And I feel like it's kind of a duty that I have. So let's get right into it. First of all, who am I? My name is William Cabral. Just to give you some proof of that, I have somewhat of a background to talk about. The first year of business, we did 37 deals. Second year, we did 58. I've worked with brokerages. I've done big months. I've helped other people get to big months, going from nothing to 20K a month, spoke at conferences. I've done a lot of things. And I just want to share that there's a little bit of credibility in this, in the sense that, and it was 2022 that we were a top 5% national team for the brokerage we were working at the time. So if there's anybody who's going to share with you some information that really has some sense of authority backing it up, I'd hope that I can at least put some breath of fresh air into the space, because I know there are millions of people out there talking about how to guarantee leads, how to guarantee closings. I'm going to get down to the truth of the matter, what you need to do and not do. I have a lot of testimonials on the website. If you're ever curious about what those look like, you can scroll down below and take a look at all of them. If you're a solo agent or on a small team and the majority of your business is coming from referrals, I've had a lot of people like this. It's very unpredictable. This is a great video for you to watch. Maybe you've been burnt in the past from other lead generation companies. You're looking for the real deal, and I'm here to tell you that you found it. Maybe you've wasted hours of cold calling bad leads and wondering why you're going nowhere. We have a different case study for that, and I'll get to in this video as well too. Or maybe you're tired of buyer leads and you want a verified system that can actually do seller leads as well. Because if you're like me and you've read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, you know that leads, listing, and leverage is a great way to get more money. We have another case study for that. Maybe you just want to take your business to the next level this year and you feel like your digital marketing is falling behind. You see other people using AI and these other advanced systems. You keep hearing about it. I'm going to break that all down today and show you what you're not and what you are missing out on. Maybe you're just new to the industry and you want to get started on the right foot like I did. We did 37 deals in our first 12 months just with Facebook ads. Maybe you're even running a team and you need a trusted partner who's going to give you those leads so that you can provide those good leads to your team on top of everything that you're doing, as well as all the training on how to actually close those leads, because we know that's a big step of the process, which I'll get into later. And maybe you don't even want to post social media content because you cannot commit to the endless hours of driving around, asking showing agents, can I record your home, and only getting 15 likes on the post and wondering, when is it going to go viral? There's a lot of good stuff in the content, which I'll get into later, but this is a video for you if you're just growth minded. You are not okay with being where you're at and you say, now it's finally time to do something different. I'm going to show you our 3-step process on how we did that. And I want to address the mindset belief here that the truth is that you can do it too. You can actually meet dozens of qualified appointments with motivated buyers and sellers to predictably grow your business without wasting hours on cold calling, filming videos for TikTok, etc. And the truth is, your brokerage isn't going to give you these tools because they're paying us instead to do it for them. That's a whole nother story. And your team isn't, otherwise you probably wouldn't be watching this video curious about this kind of stuff. Most brokerages will bring you in and charge you fees because the truth is they're focused on agent attraction. Of course, there's an element of success there for retention, but they really just hope you succeed on your own. If this comes from somebody who has been spending time in the real estate industry, so I get it. And as an operator of a top national team myself, I know how to solve this problem for real estate agents because I've done it for myself, I've done it for other agents, and I have case studies to prove it, and I hope that you can take something out of this video. Now, one big elephant in the room that I want to address is that there are hundreds of other companies out there who are all preaching the same thing, but they don't practice it. It's very easy to get overwhelmed with your news feed, your Facebook feed, your Instagram feed, and seeing all these companies and people going, hey, I'll get you free leads, I'll guarantee you leads. It's become normal. And typically these companies that you trust with your money just expect you to figure it out, which a lot of agents do, right? A lot of agents will find success with these companies because they were going to succeed without them. Sometimes you just go join a team, they give you all these big promises that they're going to do this for you and it looks great and they have all these great things there, but it's usually not worth it. And your brokerage claims their support systems are amazing, yet they're never really what you expect. And look, you're not alone. If you've been burnt or you haven't even tried online leads yet, it's not your fault with the amount of noise out there, with the amount of wrong information. One of the big consequences of too much information is not knowing what the right information is. I've done a lot of research on this throughout the past, and of course I've had experience with it, but I think one story I like to bring up is that the billionaire CEO of eXp Realty, Glenn Sanford, that's him right there at the top right of the photo, he said himself that if he were to start over in his business again as an agent, because he was one before, he would run online leads and focus on speed to value while using a leveraged CRM. This is something I heard about when I was at a conference in Vancouver. And you know what? I could not help but smile in the audience because I was already 2 years into the business at that time. And agents like myself have been using online lead generation with tools like artificial intelligence and QualiFunnels to get leads, qualify them, and make sure they know, like, and trust us before we even talk to them. And I'll be really honest with you, a majority of agents are ignoring this, right? And it's the fastest way to get to 1 million because they just simply don't know how to do it. They don't know who's going to help them do it for them. And I'm going to show you exactly how we did it for ourselves in this video. So once again, to just give a really brief overview of what we've done, first year, 37 deals from Facebook ads. Second year, 58 deals from Facebook ads. That was done by my business partner, Sagar, and we replicated the same process onto new agents on our team and the dozens of testimonials we find on our website where we've had new agents come onto our team, we take care of the things for them, tell them what to do, and they get their first deal, and you can see 62 days and then 69 days. So there's a little bit of credibility behind this showing that we've done it ourselves, we've helped other people do it, and we can help you do it too. Now, you may have heard the statistic that according to the real estate or the National Association of Realtors that 87% of agents will fail in the first 5 years. I've heard other rumors that it's actually 2 years now. This is a 2022 statistic. And one thing that I find mind-boggling is that the average monthly spending on lead generation, and this is a 2022 study, so it's a bit older now, is that more than half of agents will spend less than $500 a month on advertising. And it doesn't boggle my mind that when what should be the number one expense in your business, marketing, is less than $500 a month, what do you expect in terms of a return on investment? And it just shows that how uneducated real estate agents are. They come into this industry with big, bright eyes, hoping that they're going to make something different in their life, and they're in for a world of surprises. And today I want to show you what those surprises are and what you can do to mitigate that so you can become successful. Or if you're already moderately successful and you just want to take it to the next level, I'm going to show you the real truth of how you get there. So on to the next point here. I want to give a brief overview of the different ways you could go about growing your real estate business. Number one, that everyone tells me they always do because everyone does it, is referrals. But here's the truth. Referrals are inconsistent and they're unreliable. Unless, of course, you've put it into spending years in this business. And I always like to say that referrals is something you earn because if you were a new agent like I was, in the first year or two, you're not getting many referrals. Even if you're doing a fantastic job, like right now we have 70 plus Google reviews, 5-star, we have a perfect rating, but we don't have endless supplies of referrals. Even real estate agents that I've helped in the past, like Derek, get their first deal in 22 days. It took them years and years, in fact, decades, to get to the point where they had a referral business. And even then, it was not enough leads to sustain a team when they want to get out of production. So referral, out of the equation. Something you do, but just don't focus on it because it's not going to get you to the levels that you have if you're remotely ambitious. Door knocking, look, it works, especially in markets like the GTA, Vancouver, it'll work for you, but it's just a slower version of prospecting online because instead of dialing, you're now walking, and hopefully good weather, and you're just hoping that they open the door. Look, it's free and it works, but you can do better. It's, we're at the time where AI is overtaking the world. You should not be door knocking. Social, it's a great system, right? As you can see here in the graph, if I point up, social sometimes, if you go viral, it can spike up and you can get a lot of leads, but in order for that to happen, again, you have to be consistent for months and hours filming and just pray and hope that a video goes viral if you don't know exactly what type of factors you need to be implementing in the video, like price points, etc. So social works, but it's unreliable. It's also extremely resource intensive. And if you're an agent and you're busy, you may not have those resources. SEO takes years to see results and it costs thousands of dollars. Also, you shouldn't be doing Google SEO. You should be doing TikTok SEO because people aren't using Google anymore to find houses, especially the younger generation. If you're going to be investing in SEO, you need to play for a long-term game. And the fact is that you're going to spend thousands and thousands over the years. You're better off just investing into paid advertising, which is my next point, because the typical ROI from paid advertising is within 30 to 90 days. Sure, some markets it might be 120, 150 if you're in the Victoria market and the house prices are extremely high, or if you're in Miami Beach where the average home price is 3.2 million at the time of recording this. Look, it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's well worth it because you and I both know how much gross commission income you're going to make off a $3.2 million purchase, right? So those are just the different things you can do. And once again, to give a background on who I am and why am I even speaking on this. I did software development. I was a paid media specialist at a marketing agency locally here for 2 years where I worked with realtors and mortgage specialists and lenders, etc. I got well versed in the financial sector. Before 2020 came, that business got acquired and I saw my exit that I was going to go into real estate with a friend of mine. And he convinced me, he was so good at sales, he convinced me to become a realtor. I became a realtor. First year he did 37 deals. Second year he did 58. We got awarded the top 5% national team for Royal LePage. Then we swapped brokerages, started growing our team and seeing success there. Just to give a brief overview again is that, once again, this isn't just coming off of a script. This is coming from really big experience. I'm an operator. I'm not just preaching like a lot of the other peoples you find on the internet. And you know what? It wasn't always like this, okay? My car broke down 3 months into real estate. I was completely broke because I spent $7,000 on the course. And the last thing I needed to do was buy another car. I almost failed 3 months in because of that. I wasn't able to pay myself anymore. And all of a sudden I was going to go broke. And trust me, I've sold my fair share of houses. On the very right there, you can see me in some distressed properties. I know what it's like to be selling houses. I know the grueling hours and I know how just terrible it feels when you go pending or when you have a listing pending and it all falls apart and you wonder, I was really counting on that income. But that inconsistency just starts to really wear away at you, and it's a reason why so many people fail in this industry. And it wasn't working for those first 3 months until I really figured out that final piece of the puzzle. And it was all thanks to my amazing business partner that I was able to really wrap this together. And we found out that single puzzle piece. So I'm actually going to go over these 3 things that we needed to scale into 1 million. All right. And this photo right here, I forgot to put this in. The photo, this may look like nothing, but it was because after the first year of business, from leveraging these 3 strategies that I'm about to show you, this was the first time I was ever able to go to the United States, and I was sitting at this restaurant in Dallas, and I remember thinking, you know, I finally figured it out, and I know that this is just the beginning of something great, and it was, and I want to share it with you because I really feel bad if I didn't. And you know, after leveraging this system for 3 years, eventually I was able to speak at events. I was, of course, able to grow our company. We have a team now and help a lot of realtors across Canada, which really gets to the point of, you know, I was able to really establish myself as an authority in generating leads, not just for myself, but other businesses. That's my license plate right there. A lot of people like to poke fun at it and say, how did you get it? I'm surprised I got it too. But I really do consider that more than anything, I'm really good at generating leads and then helping people convert those leads because of my business partner. And after building our team, I noticed that the failure rates of agents in our team was roughly around 30%, meaning if I hired 3 agents, one of them just wasn't going to implement and would fail. Yet the industry average failure rate, like I said earlier, was about 87% in the first 2 years. And my business partner said to me, why don't you try helping other agents and see if the system works with them, you know, just as an additional revenue stream for the business. So I said, okay, I mean, things are going smooth. You've got an ISA, you've got a transaction coordinator. If you're not aware what those are just businesses. Those are just systems you'll build in your business later on once you get busier, past like the 6 to 8 per deal per month mark. So he was good, and I had some free time, and I said, okay, let's try it. You know, I've done this before in my old job. I've gotten a lot better at this, especially spending 2 years in the real estate niche now. Let's see what happens. So I had a lot of limiting beliefs on it, and others did too, right? They would tell me, Will, if your system is so good, why not keep it to yourself? And I read a book called The Go-Giver, and this was a book that really helped me because I had a lot of limiting beliefs about money in my early childhood. I thought people who had a lot of money just took advantage of people all the time, and you know, anybody who had a nice car, it was because they took advantage of someone. I had a lot of broken beliefs, and this book really solved that for me. And the thing I want to share with you is that what this book taught me is it says, if there are other people in life and you can help them get what they want, you can get everything you want. And that's a Zig Ziglar quote from a different book, but this book really tied it in and told me that if I can make a bigger impact on people, if I can help more houses be sold, in theory, because I'm creating more value in the economy, I should be making more money. And that's exactly what happened, because I noticed that in the phase 1 of the business, which was just me and my business partner, in the first year we did a lot of great things. We got awards, you know, we were praised for, you know, just how quickly we succeeded. We bought some new cars, we bought him a Lexus, we bought myself a Lexus, but it was just me and him. And then we started growing our team. I started helping other agents, I started helping other people, you know, showing them how to build CRMs on the side, etc. The more agents I impacted, I started making more money, and then I upgraded my car, life got a little bit better, I got to travel, etc. And then really phase 3 of the business where, you know, actively at this time helping over 70 agents, and some of those including brokerages. If you count the brokerage clients, I'm helping over hundreds of people right now. I got a nicer car, we had all these testimonials, and it's really the concept that the bigger the impact you make, or in reality, me as one person, if I can help more people sell houses, the more money I'll make. And you have to think about it that way yourself too when you're leveraging your business, because at some point you're going to run out of time. You're just one person. The next logical step is to build a team because then you're going to sell more houses. And then I found the next logical step after that is not just sell houses with my business partner, but also with my team, and then also other teams and agents across Canada. So back to that question, if your system is so good, why not keep it to yourself? Well, hey, the more agents I help, the more impact I make, the more houses I help sell, the more money I make. Honestly, it's blatantly, purely selfish here. I'm a business person. I like to make money. I found that if I just help more people make money, that's how we make more money. And if you struggle with that belief, I really recommend the book The Go-Giver and See What the Top by Zig Ziglar. Those are great books for that. And the reason why I'm bringing up this message right now is that more agents are failing ever than before because nobody is teaching them the right frameworks for success in 2024. Like I said, it is noisy out here. There is so many ads, there are so many teams, there's cloud brokerages. We're living in the biggest transition of real estate in history where these cloud brokerages are really destroying the team model, just like how the team model destroyed the individual agent model. That's a whole different story. AI is replacing a lot of these old expensive systems. I mean, one thing I can think of is my old brokerage. We didn't have any assistants at the time, but we were doing the same amount of deals that other teams who did have assistants. They wondered, how are you managing the paperwork? How are you doing all that? And it's because I had, virtual assistants. I had AI to help those virtual assistants to do more work. And more than ever, agents are going to fail, honestly, at unprecedented rates and lose to the ones who are going to be taking advantage of technology. You have to embrace technology. Just like I told people at the Edmonton Realtor Forum this year, you have to embrace innovation. So after all this, what am I getting at? The million-dollar question is, what were these systems that separated myself from other realtors in the business who did not find those quality leads online and actually end up converting them to closed deals? So there's a really simple 3-step process, and I'm going to go over with that right now. Step 1, okay, we're getting into the meat and potatoes here, is you need to invest in an automated system that will help you focus on direct income producing activities. Direct income producing activities are things like prospecting, lead generation, appointments, and negotiation. It's not little minute things like setting up your website, clicking on things, organizing your CRM. That is not going to make you money as an agent. You need to focus on what's going to make you money. So the wrong way of growing a real estate business is agents will invest thousands into the wrong system, like IDX websites and these hollow CRMs, I'll explain what that is later, that are just completely useless unless you have the marketing system figured out. So don't be wasting thousands of dollars on a website when you don't even have the traffic and the leads coming in to a website, because it's just like having a really nice house in the middle of nowhere. Number 2, lead follow-up is random, minimal, and there is no usage of drip campaigns or artificial intelligence. That's very common nowadays. And leads are generated unqualified and stored ad hoc into some CRM, maybe one that you were given free, KV Core, or some other system that other random marketer is going to give you. And there's really no clear method of organizing them and identifying, okay, out of all the leads I've just gotten in here, which one is the best? Like, which one should I call? Most CRMs will not do that for you. And what ends up happening when we focus on the business like this is you end up squandering money on systems that do not support your business, and you end up taking on expenses that just don't generate income, which often sink the ship or eliminate any profit you earned. How many of you have created business and then have a monthly subscription to something that did not in any way support that and then just eat away all the profit? It's happened to me, and I know it's happened to a lot of people who made the wrong investments and been burnt. Sometimes leads are not managed properly. They're just not even contacted, right? Some agents don't call leads. It's a whole different story. The contact of the lead will depend purely on the real estate agent, who often gets bogged down in other tasks, and they leave their database to rot. I use the word rot because that's what people do with their databases. And even if they look for a VA and hire assistants, without any standard operating procedures or systems, you're going to waste dozens of hours training them, only to get frustrated, and then they might leave and you have to restart from square one. Thus, the roller coaster continues, and you spend months fixing the mess. What do you do? Another year of the real estate roller coaster, you didn't grow, right? Agents who do end up generating leads either lose track of them and they search for that needle in the haystack instead of building a system that can just be like a magnet and tell them where that high quality lead is in their database. Because I guarantee you right now, if you do have a database, there are people in there who need to transact. You just don't know who they are yet. So I'll show you how we can find them. I want to talk about hollow CRMs and IDX websites, okay? This website right here, this house, this is what most people's websites are like. They're incredibly fancy, they're amazing, they're shiny, oh, it looks great, I'm spending $1,600 a month on it or $800 a month on it, yet there is 50 visitors for it each month. It's in the middle of nowhere, nobody cares. It's a terrible investment. And then hollow CRMs, like the empty room on the right, sure, it's a beautiful room with a lot of potential, but are you using it? Or are you just hoping that one day it's going to do something for you? Because most people don't use their CRMs, they let their CRM use them. Let me say that again. They don't use their CRMs, their CRM use them because they're not using it effectively. And that's something we can do for you so you can use it effectively. And now to give you an idea of what successful business systems do look like, up here you can see Catherine AI. That's our AI bot. It'll actually talk to the leads for you, ask questions for them. That's all done in the background while you're busy on appointments. If you are going to prospect leads, on the very right-hand side, you can see a list of carefully organized leads showing their pre-approval, their time frame, and their budget. Those squares highlighted in red, that's what you're going to focus on. Not the other ones who say no, they're not pre-qualified, they're 6 months out. You can nurture them with AI systems, but focus on calling the ones who are the best opportunity. This is essentially like over here, the needle in the haystack. Instead of just scrambling through hundreds of leads, you can just filter and focus on the ones who are actually going to move your business forward. That's how successful companies like ours will actually find the right leads, and why you see us having success with online leads. Now, new agents on our team, for example, are given these systems in marketing. So if you think about the way a business grows, it's marketing, sales, and systems. That's the order of priority that a smart business person will focus on. Well, if you join our team, we eliminate the need to focus on marketing, we'll do it for you. And if you join our team, we'll eliminate the need for systems, we'll do it for you. So you just have to focus on sales, which is your direct income producing activity. This is the same formula if you join us at Book More Showings. We'll do the marketing for you, build the systems for you, just focus on sales. And if you can see below, Dheeraj and Gia, new agents on our team, first deal in 2 months. It works. So once you have the systems, right, there's still a few more steps that need to be done. We need to solve the other crucial problem, which is getting quality leads with the new age marketing is what I like to call it. So the step 2 is we need to generate high quality leads with an automated qual funnel. So according to the book, Magnetic Marketing by Dan Kennedy, he's a marketing goat, all the frustrations and internal problems you're experiencing within your business today are because you don't have a good marketing system. Without a sufficient and steady stream, bold, sufficient and steady stream of people whom you can exchange value for money, nothing else about your business matters. Just like I go back here, marketing is the first step. And the old way of generating leads, which typically, honestly, it's not even old, people still do this, but it will be outdated very soon, is you will just pay some random lead generation company, test drive all the ones out there, hear from word of mouth, for them to generate the leads for you, and or maybe you might do it yourself from some YouTube video or some course that you got for free, and just pray and hope that the lead picks up, and you just rinse and repeat this until something happens. And to be honest, most of the time nothing does because you're still missing the third step, which I'll get into later. But I'm going to show you how the qual funnel there on the right hand side of the page will completely change this and transform your business. So how most agents advertise is they will print business cards, they will run bus stop ads, pay for billboards, and just hope someone calls, right? In some cases, some businesses will run Facebook ads and they'll have a lead form, but once again, you're still sifting through endless amounts of leads, a lot of them fake numbers, just hoping to find somebody who's serious. And if you're doing content creation, which once again, I'm not downplaying, it works, but you're going to be spending months filming content to go viral and then waste a bunch of time sifting through endless leads to find somebody who's serious and probably get very overwhelmed in that process or squander a lot of those leads in the first place. So there is no need or no sense of predictability to find the quality leads. That's what we want, right? We want quality leads. Who's with me? Here's what we do differently. At Book More Showings, a New Realty Group, our company, we use a qual funnel. So we'll create an ad just like this, and then we'll send them to a 14-step questionnaire that asks them a lot of questions to really make sure that they're bought in, that they're invested, they're putting effort into raising their hand and saying that I'm here to, I need help. And what happens there on the very right-hand side of the page, you will get a lead in your system. And here's an example. You'll get their name, phone number, email. You can see they're looking for a single-family home with an attached garage in Edmonton, north side, 2,000 plus square feet, built 1995 or newer. Their budget is $400K and they're pre-qualified. That is much better than email, name, and phone number. I'm telling you right now, if all your leads were replaced with that, would you make more business? Of course you would. And this is the secret, right? This is the big thing. This isn't even all of it. I still have a lot more to show you. But this is what's going to separate you from everybody else. And of course, part of these systems, like one of the key things I can share with you is that in your qual funnel, we're actually validating their email and their phone number. Because if they don't put in the right one, it's going to ask them to fix it before they go into your system again and say that they're a qualified lead. We do this because as a real estate agent, time is the most important thing you have, and we have to do everything we can to protect that. So, providing we generate high quality leads, we have a system now to really audit them. What happens when we have the qual funnel leads and a system to identify them? People who are answering 14 questions about real estate, they're validating their information, now expecting your call, and they have a reason to actually call them. You don't have to be afraid anymore because they opted in and asked for help. you're going to be able to turn $5 leads into $5,000 commission checks when you start to get your numbers dialed in. And your profitability, keyword, profitability, is going to be hilarious, okay? So once again, showing you, this is what your CRM should look like, whether you're using our CRM or Follow Up Boss or any other ones that we work with. You want to focus on the best quality leads. And to give you an example of what this looks like, once again with our team, here's a real case study for a first 90-day run. We generated 132 leads for this agent. We filtered those leads with a qual funnel. They were able to identify 4 people and close them, make 27,000 GCI for the company. That's a 33.1 return on investment. Remember, when I say hilarious profit, this is why we love real estate, right? Commission, 33x. And even on a split, that's still, what is that, 16.5x? If you're paying a 50% split to the team, it's great. And of course, these results will vary, right? We're in Edmonton. Depending on the time you're watching this video, you may be aware of how the Canadian economy is, but rest assured, go check out our testimonials below. We have case studies in Edmonton, we have case studies in GTA, Calgary, etc., all across Canada, even in Washington, Miami. Now, one bonus that we do as well too that we found helps a lot is we set up retargeting. So if you have created content where you're being helpful, sharing important tips, which I know a lot of good agents are doing, we'll take those videos and retarget them to people in your funnel so it builds a sense of omnipresence. They're going to be really, really excited to actually talk to you because they're going to say, hey, I saw your ad talking about the house prices. I saw your market update video. And they're going to build more rapport with you on the phone. So this is just a bonus that we do as well too here at Book More Showings because we do it for ourselves. And you know, I hope this is blowing your mind because this strategy is exactly how you beat the big companies. I'm going to name a few of them here, not downplay them, but the big companies follow a formula that's really taken from the finance world. And it's this idea that here's how mortgages work, right? So in the middle there we have a bank, and to the left of that bank is a dollar. You will give your dollar to that bank, and that bank will now loan that dollar out 3 times. That's why there's $3 on the right. So they'll take your dollar, turn it into 3, and loan it to other people and charge interest and take that money and keep throwing it in the machine and advertising. And this is how they make money, off interest, right? It's the best business in the world. I'd argue it's better than real estate if you can get into having that amount of capital to loan out interest to people. Now, lead generation companies, the big ones especially, will do something similar. They will take your hard-earned listing, they'll take it themselves, they'll use Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO to advertise that listing on their website, and then they're going to get all the leads, just like you would get all the leads with our system. And what they're going to do is they're going to filter it. They're going to find the qualified buyer with some type of filtering system, and they're going to sell it to a realtor. So they take the realtor's listing and then sell the lead back to the realtor after qualifying it for you. Then they take your money and they reinvest it back in the system, and you wonder why these companies have gotten so big. Well, I say, why not stop the madness? Why not get rid of Zillow, right? Let's do something different. Let's build you a marketing system like the one we have here with the qual funnel. Let's generate some leads through Facebook ads. Once again, we're gonna get a lot of leads, but let's filter it. Like, we can empower you to filter that lead yourself with a qual funnel system, add it into your CRM, and then nurture it with AI follow-up, drip campaigns, cut out all the other realtors. This is exclusive and it's just given to you. Now you go close that lead, take the money, and then reinvest it back in the system. Essentially what we're doing here is we're cutting out the middleman and saying, hey, I'm going to build my own system. I don't need you because I can go leverage my own marketing and advertising off my own listings or any listings that I have. So when you do this, what ends up happening is you can generate seller leads for sometimes $7 to $15, $20, depending on your market, of course. You're going to get really high quality buyer leads, really high quality seller leads. You can see this person needs to sell their home over here. Cost per conversion $1.94, buyer leads $7. I'm just really showing you here what's possible when you cut out the middleman. And this is why I love qual funnels. I get a little passionate talking about this because it is the exact answer to high quality leads that is just right under your nose. And you might be wondering, okay, why does this work so well? Well, it's because the competition is still low. You know, even in 2024, you're setting yourself so far from competitors because most people aren't even running online leads. And we're filtering the leads, asking them questions, not just asking for a name, email, and phone number, because in real estate, you don't need to have a bunch of different sources. They all work, but you just need one. You need to do it very well, just like in the strategy. That's what the Zillow does. They do one thing very, very well, online lead generation. So at this point, I get a lot of questions. You know, I've tried online leads before. It doesn't work. Well, I hate to break it to you. It does work. The reason why it doesn't work for most of you is because you just lack the systems, you lack the marketing. It's not your fault, right? The knowledge was never given to you. I've had to learn it the hard way myself too, which is why I'm sharing this with you, is that a lot of these other companies, they don't even provide you conversion training, which I'm going to share next. But we've built our business off online leads, and we have dozens of clients who have as well too. So if it works for them, why wouldn't it work for you, right? Another question, is it expensive to run ads? You should expect leads to cost anywhere from $2 to $15 depending on your market. Seller leads are going to be a little more expensive than that, but rest assured, as you saw with ROI earlier, there is a tremendous room for ROI when commissions are involved. And another question is, okay, well, could I do content creation at the same time? And I say yes. Eventually once you have that time so that you're still prospecting and doing your direct income producing activities, content creation can take months, but it does work. But the first thing to do is invest in the lead source that's going to get you an ROI. Then you can invest your sources or your ROI into other sources once this one is working first. And big question, okay, the conversion rate, it's so low, right? I heard online leads, it needs hundreds to get one. Look, as long as you have the proper systems, the right marketing, and you can actually talk to the leads, right? Because the reason it won't convert is whoever's calling these leads probably lacks the conversational skills and frameworks, which we teach here at BMS, which I'm going to get into next. So we have the systems for scale at this point. Pretend we implement all this. You've got the systems, you've got the high quality lead generation. You can make a lot of GCI, right? Well, I just foreshadowed it. No, because we need to talk about lead conversion, everyone's favorite topic. So step 3, we need to copy and paste our ART script, the value gapping framework, and introduction script so you can book endless appointments. So on the right-hand side there, that's some of our training materials we have here at BMS, because the wrong way to prospect real estate leads is agents will use the straight line sales framework. If you've ever watched The Wolf of Wall Street, or you've seen people who just arm wrestle people when they're on the phone, these scripts don't align with customers' needs and they come off as pushy and they build sales resistance. Does not work. Agents will start off by calling like a telemarketer. Hi, this is William from ABC Realty and ABC Brokerage, and I'm just curious. No, stop it. Stop the madness. This is an instant way to sound like everybody else, and you'll get the same response as everybody else, which is, I didn't click that, call me back, I'm busy, send me listings, send me an email, etc. And number 3, agents don't understand the framework and the required steps to overcome before actually trying to set an appointment, which means they'll always get the same response, which is send me listings or call me back, or I need to talk with somebody first. So I'll show you how to not get that response and actually have a very, very high booking ratio on any connections you have. But first I want to talk about the straight line sales versus a question-based framework. So we teach frameworks called ART and VGCF. I'll get into those later. But on the left-hand side, this is what typically happens in real estate sales, especially in markets like the United States, where the United States is a very more direct country, so it works a little bit better there, but you cannot do straight line sales in Canada. The script is always a 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's almost like you don't care what they're going to say back to you. Just keep going until you get to the end and try to book an appointment. And I call this arm wrestling the prospect. It's pushy. It works a very small percentage of the time, which is why you have to do extreme high amounts of volume, which is why there is a huge misconception out there that online leads don't work. So don't do the arm wrestling portion. I like to talk about question-based frameworks, and these are very popular in the B2C world, business to consumer. When you use question-based frameworks like we do, I like to think of it like a dance, that there is a step-by-step framework where you go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And the 6th step, you'll get a yes every time if you do the previous steps correctly. It's like a smooth dance, and it works all the time. And we've had people talk about this, like PJ, I'll include him right here.
There's just a lot of other courses out there, a lot of people that just put out a lot of fluff or just really super high pressure tactics, which it works for some people, but I think majority of people would appreciate the consulting approach rather than having people tell them what to do.
And what PJ is talking about is that it's super important to know that this type of approach, more of a consultative approach, is going to make you far more successful in real estate, especially when we teach you how to do the tonality. Like, for example, the introduction that we teach our students how to do is we say, Name, I just got the opportunity to reach out to you. I noticed you were clicking on ads about homes in, looks like Brampton, and I was curious, what about that ad got your attention? Very different than the typical script, right? And it works. Now, what happens if we teach you this, right? Well, you can look at Mina, another pending deal with a BMS client. Thank you guys, learned so much throughout these months. Look at my business partner hitting a 65K month because of all the training frameworks that, to be honest, he taught me and we learned together. Look at that agent up there, a new agent, 20K a month. How does that feel to be a new agent and all of a sudden making $20,000 a month? Or Tony, closing one of the leads, by the way, 600K, right? It works because when you learn just the simple conversation framework, and you don't have to spend months doing this, the majority of our students will just learn it in a week or two and then go off and start crushing it. And they never come back and they send me messages like this saying, hey, by the way, This is what happens when we actually give you the conversational framework. And here's the thing, nobody out there is teaching you this right now because nobody knows how to do it because they're not practitioners like us. You could be like Derek as well too. Derek had his first deal pending in 7 days in the GTA market because we taught his team how to do all of this. Of course, we gave him high quality leads. That's a big part of it because he's a talented agent. He's going to close it anyways. But it's a really great example of how these are the systems that work. Or even Barb, right? She even said here, the quality of leads is definitely higher than all my previous marketing campaigns because we're using a qual funnel. No wonder she got her first listing in 54 days. Or Tim Grover, he runs the #1 Remax in this entire city of Edmonton. They do thousands of units per year. He picked a team of closers and just gave the leads and got 5 closed deals in 30 days. How does that feel, right? It's what happens when we teach these frameworks, which I know Tim is a practitioner himself. He does a lot of coaching with Remax. He loves the value gapping framework. He teaches it to his people, and it's the best thing ever. So the simple 3-step process is you need to install the right systems in your business. No fluff, no IDX websites, none of this AI that's not going to help you, just the necessary systems which are going to give you. Generate high quality leads by having a filtering process. Got to have a call funnel. Got to have some type of a quiz form. Maintain a strong conversational framework, meaning you're not sounding like a telemarketer, you're taking a consultative approach, not selling them. Because you're not going to sell somebody on a $500,000, $1 million product. You need to be a consultant. That's what the best real estate agents are. And it may seem simple, but there are a lot of nuances in this process, even though I'm breaking it down. But when it's done correctly, you can really start to scale up your business with predictability. And I've helped myself and dozens of agents and brokerages across North America close a lot more deals with this strategy. So now that you've learned the system, you might like the idea of creating your own high quality lead generation system and filtering website, setting up your CRMs that nurture leads for you and focus on appointments. And you want to learn these conversational skill sets to actually book appointments, but you're going to be put off by the fact that it actually may be a little difficult for you. And there's a few ways you can do this. So number one, you could do it yourself, right? It's going to take you 10 to 12 hours per day for a year because remember, I've been doing this since 2018. I have years of experience, which is why I know all these things. You can do the marketing. You have to learn Facebook ads, lead forms, integrations, graphic design, variable testing, copywriting. Also got to learn lead qualifying, which means you have to build a qual funnel, which requires website development, UI understanding, UX development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript to validate the information. You got to be well versed in Zapier, sales conversion. You got to know the question-based framework, scripting, role playing. You got to battle test your scripts to make sure it all works. My point is that as an agent, this is not the best usage of your time, right? If you want to maintain a healthy work-life balance, you're not going to devote 12 hours a day and get remotely anywhere close to your goals if you try doing this yourself and running your business at the same time. You need to focus on direct income producing activities. That's why I have the picture of the book Good to Great on the right by Jim Collins. He talks about how that the most successful businesses are run by people who know how to put themselves in the best seat. And you as an agent, your best seat is direct income producing activities, showing houses, selling, negotiations. Now, that's the first option. Number two, you could test drive the other companies out there. You could do the typical ones out there and pay anywhere from $700 to $2,000 a month, these big hefty multi-retainers. That's not including ad spend, and you get the website, while these just generic marketing campaigns that'll get you emails, phone numbers, sometimes fake. Also, they'll own your website and your SEO, so if you cancel, all that asset value goes to them. And of course, at the end of the day, the overwhelming amount of people out there, you're going to hope you pick the right product and that you didn't get burnt, right? Or you could hire an in-house marketer. You can, get a marketing team. However, it'll fail because any marketer worth their price and actually knows how to do this is probably already rich and not looking for a job, or, they've already built their own multi-million-dollar company. Wink, wink, right? If you do decide to take your chances on someone, it's going to put you back probably $5,000 a month, $60,000 a month, depending what market you're in. And this isn't considering the resources needed for training, any benefits, etc. It's in-house just doesn't make sense nowadays. Or you could work with us, right? Because we've done it ourselves. You can get the whole system up and running in 1 to 2 business days. We have an entire team that actually runs everything in the background. That's why we can do it remotely, like such a small amount of time, and for a tenth of the price. And you ensure you never lose your money renting out to other systems because everything we do is ownership oriented. In fact, we even give you the training on how to build everything in case you want to learn it. So, over the past few years, we've worked with hundreds of agents just like yourself, new team leaders, experienced. 1 deal per month, 5 deals per month. You want to scale past $1 million, we've done it all. We know what works, what doesn't work, and how to add profits to your bottom line. And the qual funnel was really specifically built to solve the client acquisition problem once and for all. And again, this is only for solo agents, small teams, large teams or brokerages, and people who want that number in their checking account to go up and not deal with a not so profitable, unscalable business. You really want to get your net income to increase because you know what the profits are like in this business. And if you haven't already, they're not going to be as great as you think they are if you don't know what you're doing. And this is also for brokers or teams that want to know how to generate business and appointments so you can promise that high quality lead to the people you're attracting to your team or your organization. And let me tell you what happens with us. You're going to be able to generate high quality leads who have a strong intent to purchase by using the automated call funnel filter. You're going to start adding 3 to 4 deals to your business each month if you execute properly. Your next problem, which happens all the time, is that you will have too many leads to deal with, too busy to call them, and we're going to have a solution for this. We'll hire you and ISA to call them for you. You can finally get rid of these big portal companies like Realtor and Zillow who overcharge you, and say goodbye to the hundreds of untrustworthy lead generation companies out there who burn agents, and they don't know what they're doing because they're not operators like us. You can forget spending hours trying to set up your CRM. We'll just do it for you. You'll learn how to actually talk with leads so you can actually book appointments and become better at sales. You'll feel motivated, driven, stress-free. Your calendar's going to get booked up with quality leads. You can get more market share, and you're going to be happy working with clients because now you're working from abundance and not scarcity. So how does this work, right? This all sounds great. How does it even happen? Well, first thing we do is we build your lead generation system with Facebook ads and Google ads. We can do buyers or seller leads for you. We're going to build your exclusive qualifunnel website and generate leads into your CRM of choice. We recommend it using our CRM, but we have another one. We integrate FollowBoss. Those are the best two you can use. We're going to give you unlimited access to 100 plus hours of training on marketing and sales inside of our BMS school community. We're going to show you how to actually book appointments and get 15 new clients per month, in-person appointments, and that's going to add 1 to 4 deals per month to your pipeline. Essentially what we're going to do for you is we're going to solve for predictability in your business. So when it comes to industry lead generation, remember, before when you do advertising or even nowadays, it's through Facebook ads that generate a lead in their email, that's it. What we do differently is we qualify both buyers and seller leads with additional questions that pre-qualify them so you don't have to wonder who the best leads are in your CRM, and you spend way, way less time on prospecting. Because now you can generate high quality leads and appointments using an automated call funnel that'll help you build it all for you, and you don't have to do anything. You just have to call the lead, and in some cases you just have to show up to the appointment. So you get exclusive access, Facebook ad creation, lead generation, the call funnel website, the website integration that we do for you if you have a website already, seller leads, buyer leads. We'll even give you the do-it-yourself blueprint on how to copy and paste this exact system into your company. This is really great if you're at a cloud brokerage and you want to have an attraction mechanism. You can advertise this to them and show them that we'll show this to you how to do it so you can generate leads so they can make money and you can grow your revenue every single month. Number 2, you're going to get the AI systems and lead management. So, before you get hundreds of leads and have no clue who to call, but now your CRM and the AI will validate the information, let you know who to call first so you can spend your time productively talking with leads who actually need to move soon. And you're going to get access to the CRM setup and lead filtering systems. We do it all for you. AI drip campaigns, access to our Catherine AI, all the best practice lead follow-ups, text templates, email templates, and you can just copy and paste our system just like that. And of course, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how high quality of a lead we give you if you don't know how to close it. So our top 1% brokerage training, right? Before, when you do advertising, you're just going to be talking to all these leads who have no clue who you are. They're going to say the same boring scripts over and over again. But now we're going to actually teach you our interactive forget-proof formula. We're going to teach you the VGCF conversational framework. We're going to give you the right questions to ask. That means introduction questions, anti-derailing, deep questions, question chaining, the value gapping process, implementation questions, how to book appointments, advanced tonality training, implication questions, access to live training on marketing on Wednesdays, access to live training on conversion training on Fridays, access to the private school community, and a one-on-one manager that's going to dedicate to your success. So you get access to the whole community. All of our agents love this, the brokerages love this, and really this is the biggest value we're going to give you is that this is typically the last missing puzzle piece in people who can't find success with online leads, just like it was for us. So to really route everything down, right? You can have a look here on the left and see everything that we're giving you. But rest assured, you're going to be number 1, we're going to build you your high quality lead generation campaign. Number 2, we're going to identify opportunities in your CRM and connect you with the urgent leads and nurture the ones who have a longer time frame. And number 3, we're going to help you set appointments by teaching you and or your team our value gapping conversational framework, which is the exact same thing that brokerages are paying us tens of thousands of dollars a month in commissions for us to teach their agents how to do it. So what I recommend you want to do is if you want to get access to this, book a call. There's a button down below that says get a price. And if you're ready to stay one step ahead of the competition, let's schedule a call and let's talk about how we can implement this inside of your business. But I do have to give you a warning. We only optimize for client results. And the reason we do that is that we can only bring on a certain amount of clients per month. And sometimes we set a limit on the markets as well as maintaining our success rate. Like right now, we only take on 8 agents per month. After that, we'll close it and we'll open up a wait list so you can start again next month. This allows the best results for our customers. It's the only reason we do it, because we want to make sure everything is steady. If you're interested in getting started, you need to act now. You need to click that button below and book a call with me and my team so we can find out how we can implement this into your business as soon as possible so you can get on the right foot this year. Otherwise, you're going to join the waiting list, you're going to watch one of the competitors take the market share from you, and you're going to see their ads and you wonder, that could be me. And keep in mind that also each geographical location may be licensed depending on when you're watching this video. So at this time, we have Edmonton licensed off, but you still book a call because it may be open. It's always worth to ask. And the bonus for the viewers only. Because you're watching this, you've made this far, I really want to commend you for spending your time learning today. We're going to do something really special for you. We're going to give you our free organic lead generation campaign. This is something that we only give within our organization. It teaches people how to get 5 to 10 appointments per day, and it's completely free if you book that call as well too. So on top of everything here, you can get the organic free lead generation strategy with Facebook. I'm going to dissect how to leverage platforms to post highly desirable listings and where to find them, to garner attention for free and create opportunities without spending any money. So once again, the 12-month program, we're going to build your high quality lead generation campaign, identify opportunities in your CRM and connect you with those urgent leads, and nurture the ones who have a longer time frame. And number 3, most importantly, we're going to help you set appointments and actually meet them by teaching you and or your team the value gap and conversational framework. So once again, if you want to get into this before it's too late, book a call so you can stay one step ahead of your competition and make sure that this year you're actually going to grow your business and get to the goals that you want to get to. Now, some common questions people like to ask here is, what if it doesn't work? Well, look, after being in this industry for 6 years now, generating leads, we found that what does work and what doesn't work. And the truth is that if you follow us, it's going to work, right? The only thing that will prevent you from winning is if you just don't implement. If you don't call the leads, if you don't show up, you don't go to the appointments, it's the only reason you would fail. People also want to know, how much time is needed to execute this properly? Well, our team can build you our entire system in 1 to 2 business days, right? Once it's set up, it's just literally no maintenance on your end. You just have to either call the lead or show up to the appointment. That's it. So if you're already working in real estate, it's going to fit in perfectly. And some of you may think you don't need this, but I'd ask you, what's the alternative? Well, what's going to happen this year if you continue doing the same things you've been doing previously? You would ideally, hopefully, at least repeat the exact same result that you got last year, right? And how much effort is needed? Look, we've all done everything for you. All we've done is you just have to invest hours into calling your leads and showing up to the appointments and closing them, right? If you can't even invest a few hours of your time to add business to your pipeline or pay for an inside sales agent to call the leads for you and generate more GCI, honestly, this product just isn't for you. And honestly, if that's the case, this business might not be for you as well too. You might say that I have a really tight budget, I really want to do this. Well, look, one common thing you can do is you can partner up with a lender or another agent. We've had some agents do that, and you can pull your money together and get these resources. Or we do have some alternative lending programs as well too that can help you get that if it's really important to you. For some of you it will be, which is why we've added that. And a big question we get is, what percentage of our clients are successful? Well, 100% of our clients that follow the outlined steps are successful, including ourselves and the agents on our team. So that being said, that's everything I want to share with you today. I highly recommend you book a call right now. There's a button down below that says get a price. If you click that, there'll be a little quiz and you can book a time in the slot to talk with me or my team. I look forward to getting to you inside the community and helping you make this year the year you actually do something with your business. I'll see you on the inside.